Hi everyone, how are you? Today is a very special day. We have an interview with three historical people that are very important. We have Maximiliano de Habsburgo and Cristóbal Colón. To start this, Cristóbal, tell us something about you.
I think that I would only be a simple sailor if it weren't for the fact that I was very sure that I could prove to the kings that the earth is round and can be reached from one end to the other. But outside of what others know that I did, I think it's important to emphasize that I am just a sailor with a great passion for the sea that led me to do great
How do you feel
things.
when you discover America? Well, a new continent.
We had been at the sea for many days, and when we heard someone shout, "Lad inside!" just the emotion took me out of my body, hungry and fatigued by the strong song. It was amazing.
Now, the most important question. In your opinion, where are you considered like a famous person?
Because I discovered America, as you all know, but I think that what people really celebrate about me are not my achievements. It's my great spirit of adventure.
You consider yourself as a genius?
Yes, because I was aware that the earth was round, even though that the world considered it a theological and surreal idea, but that did no matter to me to prove it.
What inventions or theories you provide, or what are you consider like a famous one?
My theory was that the earth was round and the Indians could be routed by traveling the planet from end to end, but the earth is much bigger than I thought and I ended up discovering a new continent by accident.
Have you received payments or for any of your inventions or provides or theories?
I only received the recognition of being the one who discovered America, although I never found out.
Okay, thank you. Now, the same question like the other. In your opinion, why you are recognized as an important character?
That is because I was an important part of Mexico's history. I represent the fall of the last Mexican Empire.
Emperor, tell me about that. What is the feeling of being emperor of being Mexican empire?
Well, Josue, being in charge of leading a country, or rather an empire, is not an easy task at all, let alone when the two most important political forces are against you. Yet, I fell in love with Mexico and its people, and although my time there was short, I was honored to be its emperor and die in which I consider my home.
Being emperor doesn't seem like a simple thing. Did you consider yourself as a leader?
Not really. I have extensive knowledge of politics, art, war, philosophy, and history. However, my participation in the same history was not marked by my knowledge. Instead, my courage, comment, and my deep love for Mexico define me.
Now that you mentioned your knowledge, what invention of theories have you provided?
Well, I built railroads to boost the economy to the benefit of the Mexican people. I separate the clergy from the state. I built several schools for all social classes and not just for the rich and powerful people. I promoted the study of philosophy, art, mathematics, and history. I founded the public museums. My goal was always to help the Mexican people. And finally, I have the ability to make the historians cry.
Wow, you did a lot of things. Have you ever received payment for your inventions or your discoveries or theories?
Outside of my salary as emperor, my only payment was the death of hands of liberals and an ugly and angry hydrocephalic dwarf.
And the last question, you mentioned your death and it's rumored that your last words were very sad. Do you want to tell us of that?
It would be an honor for me. My last words were, send this memory to Europe, to my dear wife, if she lives, and tell her that my eyes closed with her image that I will take to the afterlife. Take this to my mother, and tell her that my last thought has been for her. I forgive everyone and asked everyone to forgive me, that my blood, which is about to be poured out, be spilled for the good of this country. I'm going to die for a just cause, that of Mexico's independence and freedom. May my blood seal the misfortunes of my new homeland. Long live Mexico!
That was worse than I imagined. Either way, we appreciate your sacrifice and your participation in this interview. Okay, man, you will take care of Mexico, and we know that it's feeling amazing. But what about you to be the hero of the second Orthodox Caliph of the Islamic Empire?
Hi everyone. I think. Well, how are you? I think the most important thing for me is the reason to be one of the third Muhammad disciples in my life.
That he was a great man. Now we know about you, we know about your personal information, but tell us something about your experience. At first you have problems with Mahoma, and then you married with her daughter. What happened?
Well, yes, that's curious because I don't know. I just have the opportunity to talk with Mahoma. One day in time of war, he said, "If you come with me, you probably can be the next of the one of the greatest men in our history, and you probably can learn everything about humans and all of these things." So I see it. I put my package in one rock, and I just listen here. That's it. Yes, well, I have been recognized one of the most important and influential men in our history because first I have been I have one of the disciples of Mahoma. I make the system like Arabia Saudi living today, how it was conquered, and I think that's it.
Do you consider yourself a genius?
I just can consider myself a man who continues learns even if he's dead.
Okay, you're not doing anything, but you make a new system. Talk about it.
I propose here a calendar. It's the same calendar that Arabia living today. I introduce the Demias. The Demias in English is the protect. This is all the people that we conquer in the world with my kingdom, whose culture was protect and preserve by me. The only thing that I need to do is have to pay a tax for us, for our empire, and his wealth, and that's it.
Is there anything that you didn't feel like my government? Finally, have you ever received payment for the invention discoveries of theory?
Well, I just have the honor to be renamed Amir Al-Munini, in English, the Prince of Believers, and that's it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Yes. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you to have time to talk with us and tell us about something of you. Thank you so much and have a nice day. See you then.